Hello. This screencast will review the Bethel Middle School report card updates effective in the 2018-19 school year. Thank you for joining us. We have been using standards-based report cards at Bethel Middle School for several years now and have received feedback from families regarding ways to enhance our system. This screencast will address two changes to report cards at Bethel Middle School. The first, clarifying language on the report card, and the second change, adjustment to the grading system. Standards-based report cards allow teachers to measure student performance in meeting learning goals related to standards. These are the skills and concepts we have prioritized that students should know and be able to do for each subject area. Rather than receive one grade for an entire subject, grades are reported for several skills and concepts within the subject area based on what students should know and do during each trimester. One of the changes we have made to the report card is clarifying the language and aligning our expectations vertically or across schools. Here you will see an example of our science skills and concepts reported out each trimester. As you are aware, our proficiency grades range from 1 through 4 for academic achievement. A score of 3 indicates grade level expectations, demonstrating mastery of concepts and skills at a given time of year. The second change we are bringing to your attention is that we have made an update to our grading system at Bethel Middle School that will take effect in the 2018-19 school year. We have listened to feedback that a grade of 2 can be very broad. Some families have indicated that they wonder if their child is close to mastery, near a score of 3, or further away from it, near a score of 1. Therefore, we are making an important change to address this concern. In addition to a score of 1, 3, or 4, we will report if your child's performance is one of the following. 2+. Here, a student is becoming consistent in his or her ability to meet grade level expectations independently, but still requires some support. A score of 2 shows student performance is beginning to and occasionally does meet grade level expectations, or the student requires support to meet grade level expectations. Score of 2-. Here, student performance requires consistent support to meet grade level expectations. Students can receive either a 4, 3, 2+, 2, 2-, or 1 on student work, assessments, tests, and report cards. Students can also receive a U on the report card, which indicates there is insufficient evidence to properly score a student due to lack of work production. Parents would be notified in advance if this were the case. Now let's take a look at some examples. This is a rubric for a benchmark writing assessment given in 8th grade social studies. This assessment addresses multiple skills and standards, but for the purpose of the screencast, we have teased out one standard area being assessed. In order to demonstrate mastery or earn a score of 3, students are expected to establish a purpose for writing their argument by providing context or background to the issue, formulate a solid claim, and discuss why the argument is important to the reader. This is an example of a student who is very close to demonstrating mastery, earning a 2+. The student here has a clear claim, which is highlighted, and provides context to the issue. Notice how the student discusses both sides of the issue, which is more than general in nature, evidence of a 2. In order to demonstrate mastery, the student could discuss how and why the argument is important to the reader, which is evidence of a 3. This is an example of a student who has earned a 2. The student demonstrates some, not all, of the skills needed for mastery. The student has a claim, which is highlighted, and provides a context to the issue that is general in nature. Notice how the student attempts to discuss both sides of the issue, but lacks clarity and precision, evidence of a 2, which detracts from the overall purpose and focus of the piece. This is an example of a student who has earned a 2-. The student is showing some understanding of the standard, but is in need of extra support to further develop understanding. The student has a claim, again which is highlighted, that is consistently maintained throughout the piece, evidence of a 2, but has not included background on the issue, evidence of a 1. Notice how all of these pieces of student work differ, but still fall within the range of 2. On the Bethel Middle School report cards effective in the 2018-19 school year, you will see grades such as the ones shown on this slide. As you will notice, some grades may show progress from one trimester to the next, while others may not. It is important to understand that skills and concepts become increasingly more complex as the year progresses. A grade of N is because a concept was not taught at that time of year. Learning behaviors are observable patterns of behaviors exhibited by students as they respond to learning situations. The learning behaviors in their grading system has not changed. These behaviors include demonstrating respect and responsibility and completing homework and classwork. Learning behaviors continue to be graded as either outstanding, consistent, inconsistent, or minimal. Finally, we wanted to address some frequently asked questions that we hear. Question: how does a standards-based report card help parents? Standards-based report cards enable parents to receive accurate information based on cumulative student progress throughout the marking period. In addition, they promote more detailed and meaningful conversations at parent-teacher conferences, allow for careful and precise monitoring of student achievement, and reflect grade level standards and expectations so parents gain a complete idea of student progress. Question: what if my child receives a grade of 2- or a 1? If a student receives a 2- or a 1 for a particular standard, it means that the student needs more time and practice to meet the grade level standard. Teachers should communicate this information to parents prior to the closing of the marking period. Students are receiving additional support in reading, writing, and/or math so they can improve. Question: can a student receive a grade of 3 and then move to a grade of 2 in the next marking period? Yes, this is possible. Learning expectations change from one marking period to the next as students move toward end of grade level expectations or standards. This means a student may meet the current trimester benchmark during the first marking period, but as the expectations increase with complexity, the student may not demonstrate the same level of proficiency during the next marking period. We hope that the changes in grading and the clarification in some of the language on the Bethel Middle School report card will help you have more detailed and meaningful conversations with your child and his or her teacher. If you have any questions, please contact your child's principal. Thank you for listening.